The cosmic chamber was a construct beyond mortal comprehension. It shimmered with the iridescent hues of nebulae, a structure woven from the very fabric of space, time. Every galactic species held its collective breath as the human ambassador, a man named Elias Carter, advanced with careful, measured steps. His alien guide, a towering crystalline entity called Luras, radiated a subtle anxiety. The pulsations of his form betrayed emotions he attempted to suppress. "Ambassador Carter," Luras intoned, his voice resonating like the chime of distant bells, "the Galactic Council has waited millennia to see the face of your avatar. Every civilization is bound to one, a guide, a reflection, a being born from their essence. Yours remains a mystery." Elias smiled, his casualness a practiced shield. "Luras," he said, "it is not every day one meets the cosmic representation of their species. Could be worse than a bad first date, right?" The chamber doors opened with a soundless sweep, revealing an infinite void that felt at once welcoming and suffocating. Elias hesitated only for a moment. Curiosity outweighed the latent fear knotted at his resolve. Behind him, the Galactic Council watched in intense silence, their forms a tapestry of alien majesty and apprehension. Gathering himself, Elias stepped into the void. The moment he crossed the threshold, the universe seemed to fold around him. He found himself in a space that defied every rule of logic, a dark, endless expanse illuminated by a cold, pale light. A voice, velvet and venomous, echoed through that impossible darkness. Well, if it is not one of my favorite troublemakers," the voice purred. "Elias Carter. Welcome to my domain." Elias turned. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall, draped in flowing garments that shifted like smoke. Her visage was twin-voiced, a timbre that held the weight of eternity. She was both alluring and terrifying, an undeniable force. Death, he realized, standing face to face with an entity that had shaped the end of countless worlds. "Death," Elias said with a lopsided grin, folding his arms. "Figure it to be you? Cannot humanity ever catch a break?" She tilted her head, smoke played at her lips. "Oh, darling," she replied, amusement and menace braided together, "you have had more breaks than you deserve. Your kind was never meant to exist, a cosmic accident, a mistake." Yet she stepped closer, her gaze narrowing. "You persist. You claw your way through impossible odds. You defy every attempt I make to correct the balance." Elias arched a brow. "Correct the balance? Is that what you call wiping out civilizations?" Her laugh was low and melodic, but it carried an edge sharp enough to cut. "Do not misunderstand me. I do not hate you, not entirely. Humanity has been a delightful thorn in my side. You are fragile, reckless, maddeningly resourceful. When I turn my gaze upon you, you stab back. You do not cower. You do not blink. You challenge me. Is that why you keep coming back for more?" Elias quipped, his tone lighter than his thoughts. Death sighed, a sound that carried the collapse of galaxies within it. "I have watched countless species rise and fall. They fear me, revere me, or attempt to escape me. But humanity, you laugh in the face of oblivion. You sing songs and write poetry about me. You fight me with every ounce of your being, and when the end comes some of you even welcome me as an old friend." Elias's smirk faded, replaced by a thoughtful frown. "Perhaps that is because we know life is too short to waste on fear. If we are to die anyway, we might as well make it worth something." Death regarded him for a long, inscrutable moment. Then she laughed again, this time with genuine amusement. "Oh, Elias, you humans are impossible. That is both why I love and hate you. You have defied me for eons, and yet I cannot bring myself to snuff you out entirely. You are entertaining." "Glad to know we are good for a laugh," Elias said dryly. "So does this mean you are our avatar, the Great Cosmic?" She cut him off with a slow, deliberate smile. "An avatar implies duty and fidelity. I have neither in any straightforward sense. I am a force, not a servant. I am the end and the judge, the silence after the last note. Yet I am also fascinated by you. You persist in ways that rewrite my expectations. You are a contradiction of fragile brilliance." Around them the void listened, the pale light reflecting in Elias's eyes. The Galactic Council's presence behind him felt distant now, like a remembered dream. Elias took a breath, feeling the weight of 1,000 unnamed futures press at his chest. "If you find us so fascinating," he said softly, "tell me this. When you look at us, do you see fate or choice?" Death's expression softened into something unreadable. "I see the tension between the two. I see what you choose to make of your brief spark. And sometimes," she added, with a voice threaded in a tenderness that startled him, "I see hope. dangerous as it is. Elias smiled then, not with arrogance but with the steady calm of someone who had spent a lifetime learning how to meet the impossible. Hope is not dangerous. It is necessary. She considered him a moment longer, then inclined her head, a gesture that might have been respect. Very well, Elias Carter. Walk your path. Make your choices. Entertain me for however long you will. I will be waiting. As the chamber folded him back to the council, Elias felt the echo of her words linger like a star's dying light. Around him the members of the Galactic Council shifted, their alien faces unreadable, but he carried with him a kernel of something the universe had not intended, the defiant, stubborn refusal of a species to be simply extinguished. Humanity's representation smiled, wicked and slow. "Oh no, my dear," she said, voice silk-laced with cold amusement. "I am not your avatar. I am simply your most persistent companion. Your true avatar lies within you all, the unyielding spark that refuses to be extinguished. But do not let that go to your head. I shall be seeing you again soon." With a dismissive wave of her hand, the void dissolved. Elias blinked, and in an instant he was standing once more in the cosmic chamber. The Galactic Council erupted into a cacophony of gasps and whispers as he re-emerged, his face marked by exhaustion and a grim amusement that did not reach his eyes. "Who or what did you meet?" Luras asked. His crystalline form thrummed with barely contained anticipation. Elias glanced back at the now closed doors of the chamber. A ghost of a smile touched his lips. "Let us just say that humanity maintains a complicated relationship with its guide," he replied. "She has a most singular sense of humor." The council watched him in stunned silence as Elias walked away, his steps steady and his head held high. Behind him, the cosmic chamber shimmered faintly, as if amused in sympathy with the entity who had claimed humanity's impossible spark for her own. Yet even as the light pulsed and the council's murmurs filled the hall, an unspoken truth remained in the air. Whatever game the cosmos chose to play, humanity would continue to meet it on its own terms.